There are many people trying to get married. They're trying to marry their way out of poverty, especially as things are getting harder and harder financially, economically in the country.
In today's world, where financial stability often takes center stage in relationship goals, it's easy to forget the deeper purpose and foundation of marriage. But what happens when money becomes the main reason for saying I do? In this eye-opening video, renowned relationship coach and pastor, Kingsley Okonkwo, dives deep into the dangers of choosing a life partner based solely on their bank account. With his signature wisdom and candor, he unpacks the emotional, spiritual, and practical consequences of money-driven marriages, and why they often lead to heartbreak. If you've ever thought, if only I marry rich, my problems will be solved, this is a must-watch. What you're about to hear could save you from years of regret.
I want couples and even singles to know, when it comes to money and marriage, God is our source. Very important. When it comes to money and marriage, the first thing you must realize is that God is your source. There are many people trying to get married. They're trying to marry their way out of poverty, especially as things are getting harder and harder financially, economically in the country, and even in the world. People are trying to use marriage as a financial strategy. There are many young girls that their plan to make it in life is to marry someone that is rich. Eh? And young men too. Yes. The reason why, yes, there are some young men like that, but the reason why the young men's own is more difficult is that, you will still need to be eating first. But for many ladies, it is their lifelong dream. They don't even plan to work. But of course, it's unisex, so I get you. You can't marry your way out of poverty. God is your source. The time you are using to look up to somebody else, use that time to look directly to God. The same God that made that person rich can make you rich. All right, so let's stop that mindset. If you already have that mindset, you're already going to have a faulty foundation in your marriage because you're trying to marry the person because of what they have. And I've witnessed many people do it only to find out years later when they have finally become financially okay that they can't even stand this person that they married. The person looks attractive to you now because of how broke and hungry you are. The moment some comfort enters your life, you find out, why am I with this person? And I've seen it many times. Those marriages usually crash because they were built on a faulty foundation. Money must never be the reason why you marry somebody. I always share a popular story, how one of my guys in church many years ago came to me and said, Pastor K, I'm getting married. I was like, from where to where? You are in church. We didn't hear about relationship. We didn't hear about anything. We're just hearing about marriage. I said, how did that happen? You cannot enter a permanent situation because of a temporary breakthrough. 1 million naira. By the time you guys plan wedding, rent house, and do other things, that time you could do all that in 1 million. I said, the money will be gone. You'll be permanently stuck with someone and the money has finished. Someone you don't love. Please make sure you're marrying for the right reason. Money can be fleeting. Even as a young man, I was also faced with those kind of situations because everybody will face those things. Everybody wants a better life. Praise God. I don't think there's any, there are a few people that like suffering, but most people, yes, I've met people like suffering, but most people, most of us who want to have a better life, you just have to be sincere and honest enough with yourself. That is why one of the biggest things about this gospel and this Christian life is self-examination. Because many times somebody else can't examine you. That's why the Bible says, examine yourselves and see whether you be in the faith. There are many people that say, God told me things that God never said. They told themselves. Because the guy has a Lexus. He said, God told me. As I saw him passing, he said, let us. Is Lexus talking to you? Because God said, let us make man. He says, let us. It's not let. Are you getting what I'm saying? You must be sincere and honest with yourself. Like I said, as a young man, I encountered such a situation. I was a young pastor, struggling in life, just going through life. And there was this lady that liked me a lot, When I was single, I was raining. It's not now that I'm old. When I was single, I was I rain past over them now. Praise God. So, young, promising pastor. I don't know whether we have started Sunday services then or not. I believe we had. Promising guy, but I didn't have much financially, but promising guy. And there was this girl that liked me then. Her parents were well-to-do. And I kind of knew that the girl liked me. And I got to talk to her, got to know her, And she was making good money at the time. And I was seeing possibilities. Oh yeah, I was seeing possibilities. It happens to everyone. That's what I'm saying. You must censor your heart. You're the one that will censor your heart for yourself. I can't do it for you. There are many people that have married passports. There are many people that have married dollars. There are many people that have married pounds. And meanwhile, when you saw this person or interacted with this person, you knew clearly that this is not the kind of person you should marry. There was witness in your heart. There was common sense telling you it wasn't. So I met this young lady and everything. Nice girl. Her parents were well-to-do. She too had her own money. So she was even making money, not just her parents' money. That's double security. But number one, I knew she was just a new Christian, and I knew that I didn't feel this is the person I should marry. There was no connection at that level. And she was not a bad person, in all fairness, but I could not bring myself to the point of deceiving myself that beyond this money, there's a reason why I want to marry this girl. I could not. She liked me very well, though. She was ready. Everything. There was even a time at that time that church needed money and she was willing to give the money in millions. So we will not even be here by now. We'll still be in that place because you see, when you try to build God's work on a human being, it never stands. That's what people don't realize. I've met many pastors that did things like that, want to build God. You see, the Bible says, faithful is he that calleth you, he will do it. If God calls you and you want a man to do it, it won't work. Men can't do what God has called you to do. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? The baseline was that I was able to decide and discern that beyond this girl's money, nothing is wrong with her. She's a good person, interestingly, but I was able to be honest with myself. That's what I'm trying to say, because that was a good opportunity. Her parents were well-to-do. She was well-to-do. And she liked me. So it was sorted. And you see, sometime later, she was no longer now as financially buoyant as she used to be. You know, the love would have entered that trap. The person was making it now, and you marry him because of his money, and he later becomes broke. You will hate him. So you are an idiot. You deceive me. This was going on in many marriages. When you marry someone because of their money, if something happens to that money, you will hate them. You will feel deceived and betrayed. Meanwhile, nobody deceived you. You deceived yourself. So please, young girls especially, I know guys to do it, but please, young girls especially, don't walk around with the mentality that I can't marry someone that doesn't have money. What's wrong with you? Why can't you have money? That slogan is usually a talk of poor people because they are running from something. When you make that statement, it's a proof that you came from poverty. You will hardly see a well-to-do person mentioning money as their first priority because they have it. That's not the problem. They're looking for who has sense first. But when you see poor people, they have suffered too much. If you are not careful, you will mortgage your whole future and destiny because of money that you will still have. I know very well this applies to guys. To guys, please. Because men like financial settlement too. They like to be okay financially. So a lot of men are trying to marry ladies because they look well-to-do. That is also wrong. Don't marry because of passports. I've seen many people too like that. I always share the story of that one of my guys like that wanted to marry one girl. When I saw the guy, I told him, "No, you can't marry this girl." But the girl had American Citizenship. You say he must marry her. I say, because he has always wanted to go to America. Some of you here, as you're watching me, you are the person you are. You have always wanted to go to Canada, always wanted to go to America. You are online looking for who has passports, who has citizenship. Your guys are connecting you with people that have citizenship. The reason why you are starting the whole transaction, you're starting the whole relationship based on citizenship. Somewhere along the line, because the foundation is faulty, it will have problem. And even if you are a guy here, you have some loose change, because most guys have been indoctrinated to think that once you have money, you can marry anybody. Just throw money around. Big mistake. I beg you, don't, as a guy, don't substitute money for real connection. Don't bank or hope on money to toast or woo a woman. That is a big mistake. And don't listen to all these slave queens and part-time hookup people and prostitutes that are telling you, you must have money before you toast a girl. You are talking to the wrong girls. Any girl telling you that you must first credit my account before you come to me. If I come to today, send me money. A real woman that will love you for you wants to even know you. She wants to see you. Let's even talk. Let me know whether you are going the same way. It's not only your money I'm going to live with. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? So when you see those marriages built on throwing money around, they live together, but they are never really together. The man himself doesn't have a strong sense of value. The woman herself is emotionally detached. She's not emotionally invested in the man. She's emotionally invested in money. When you throw money around, the woman will fall in love with Abraham Lincoln and not you. She will fall in love with Nnamdi Azikiwe and who else? Tafawa Balewa. Those are the people she will fall in love with, not you. Are you here, somebody? I like the way somebody said it. He said, when you do that kind of thing, you marry emotionally detached women. That the men are thinking, I've given her everything now, and she will have nowhere to go. She will stay here. The girl is thinking, I have everything now, where am I going next? She will go and look for her one true love because she can afford it now. Are you getting what I'm saying? For the women too, the guy that bought you Range Rover will also determine the range at which you will drive. He will not see you as a partner, he will see you as an acquisition. Are you getting what I'm saying, guys? So God is your source.
Wow, what a powerful and necessary reminder. As Kingsley Okonkwo so clearly points out, money may attract attention, but it can never sustain the weight of true love, purpose, and commitment. Marriage is meant to be a partnership built on shared values, vision, and genuine connection, not a financial transaction. So before you take that next step, ask yourself, if the money disappears, will the love still remain? Don't trade forever for temporary comfort. Choose wisely. Choose love. And remember, when God is the foundation, everything else, including provision, will follow.